I swear, if the stupid cunt is on that PC again, I'm gonna... Dude! Ow. I hear someone, I swear, dude, if that's fucking Marissa.
Oh, this fucking fog, lad, it's fucking weird.
I don't have time for this. Hike!
Oh!
Alright, Marissa, get your ass over here. I need to talk to you. Marissa, I swear to God. On that PC.
Just fucking learn how to actually play the fucking game and talk. Shoot a gun, dog. Learn how to fucking shoot a gun.
Yo, chill out, yo!
Where are you touching?
I'm sorry!
I'm so tired of you, stop!
Contacts! Oh, my head. Wait, where's my hat?
Marissa? Was this room always here? This video will be a part 2 for one of my recent videos. Watch it for full context. Alright, it's been a minute since I last uploaded a video and kinda sat down and kinda spoke a little bit. Due to my recent escapade to England, it's been definitely putting a little bit of a damper on things since I've been trying to go get, into the swing of things again. But here are some pictures. But now let's push that out of the way, because that's not obviously why you're here. Who in the fuck wants to hear about that? We're gonna go sit here and talk about TF2. That is correct, there is still gas in the tank. And there's a few things that I completely forgot to go add to the video, and I'm kinda glad I didn't, because that would be like an hour. So here it is, sort of an unofficial part 2, but let's go on about it. Before we continue, let me ask you a very important question. How does a video game, modern day, break into the market? And on top of that, think of any game. It could be any single one. Could be Piss Baby Sandbox. It could be Starship Troopers, but good. It could also be Funny Hat Game. What is one of the best ways to go advertise not only your game, but also keep the current populace of that game happy? Huh? Can you guess? Can you? Yeah, that's right. You fucking guessed it. It's YouTube. When people think about TF2, there's so many classic names. I could name so many. We got, Uncle Dane. We got fucking, I'm giving up actually, because I just realized I actually don't even watch half of those people. But I did watch a lot like Germa, Star Underscore, that kind of shit. You know, the basic bitch ones, okay? Very original, I know. When I look at TF2 modern day, I fear there's a lack of that. We have 3 different kinds of YouTubers here. We either have the ones that have completely moved on, the ones that are just gone, they just fucking died or just gave up, one of those two, or we have what's left. And quite frankly, the ones that we have left are unlikable queers. And that's the biggest issue with TF2, if we're talking about with the community. I know I complained about the memes and the people, and I still do feel very strongly about that, but let's not lie, the ones who have the most following, if you will, are gonna be the loudest, are more likely to be the ones that are gonna take the spotlight and kind of paint the picture of what this community is, if you know what I mean. And even when the classic YouTubers come back, it's just not the same. A lot of them are now Twitch streamers, and I don't fucking like Twitch streaming, whatsoever. There's so many reasons I could go on to it, and you know what, how about instead of me just talking about why I don't like it, how about I just show you?
Oh yeah, what's going on? Oh, get down, bitch. Nice. Oh, get a taste of those nuts. Yeah, owned, retard. Get owned. What the fuck? Dude, stop. I'm trying to kill this man. What are you doing? Oh, 1, 2, 3. Fuck, I hate scouts! Oh, thank you for the 150 Deutsch marks, dude. Thank you. I'm gonna do that. I think I'm gonna go get my,
The problem is when these guys come back, it's just not the same. Twitch streaming and the new fan base that they've acquired over time is just a completely different feel. Not only has the game has changed, but so have these people. Now, don't take it as me being a gatekeeping asshole, and I'm not trying to go sound exactly like what Star was kind of complaining about in his old video. The point I'm trying to make is that it's gone. The dream is done. It's been done for a while. The golden age of TF2 is long gone. That's the point I'm trying to make. I'm not trying to fearmonger here. I'm not trying to go shame them for them being Twitch streamers. I'm just trying to go explain not only how I view this new age of TF2, but on top of that, why I kind of just don't really care anymore. Question that I have to ask is, what do you do with TF2 content nowadays? I already said it before, but it's funny moments and memes. That's what has already been there. That's what's been pushed in by a lot of people. The question is, what do you do? Everything mechanically seems to have already been written down. Whenever it comes to trading and shit, well, it's quite frankly, who the fuck cares? But whenever it comes to exploits, all this, there's nothing. There is literally nothing to go really talk about this game. And if you really want to go sit there and talk about these shit updates, well, yeah, have fun with that 5-minute video of you just looking over hats. And you might be saying, but Snoye, bro, Snoye! You're forgetting, we got community projects, Yeah, I mean, yeah, we got that, I guess, I fucking guess, but I don't care. I really don't care. The only good news to go come from this entire recent event with Valve, with them doing the 64-bit update and then them putting out the SDK, is that we got shit like TF2 Legacy and then TF2 Classic. Now, supposedly, it's going to go be released sometime, maybe around the summer, maybe even a bit later, 2025, and I mean, hey, take as much time as you need. I don't really see much else in terms of content besides mods. And you know what else? There's been this recent explosion in popularity about something called server blight. And oh my god, dude, I am so fucking tired of these ARGs. They were really cool when it came to Garry's mod for like the first 3 that came out, I guess, like Gunslinger Pro and all them. Like, yeah, it was cool, but this sucks. This might as well be 2020's fucking Ben Drowned. This is actually so corny, it just becomes just lame. It just becomes embarrassing. And I'm not even trying to diss the people. The thing is about it is that I respect it. Them using SFM, especially nowadays, I gotta respect the craft. This really is just on the same line as fucking SNES Godzilla or Tails Doll or just Sonic.exe. I just can't get into this stuff anymore, and you know what? Maybe I'm just starting to sound like an old bitch, an old head here, and maybe I'm the problem, but at least talking into a mic helps alleviate it just a little bit. I don't know what it is where a majority of my hate comments seem to always come from furries. Let me get one thing straight here. When I was talking about the art style in my last video, one of the biggest arguments I was bringing up when I was talking about something like Red Dead Redemption 2 was that there is a certain subgroup of people that will sit there and say, like, whenever you add some sort of wacky shit to the game, artistically or even in game mode, whatever, they'll sit there and be like, oh well, it's just a game, like who cares, you're taking it so seriously, like man, it's just a game. That was the fucking point I was trying to make, and I even spelled it out for you in the video. A lot of these, what do you call it? I don't want to go be that guy, but new gens, some might call them, who come in here and seem to go have this very weird hyperfixation towards the idea of people saying, oh, but it's a game, why are you taking it so seriously, man? Like, who cares if I want to go put a sandwich on the heavy's head? It's a video game, don't need to take it serious. I used Red Dead Redemption 2 as an example because, well, number one, I don't script these videos. I'm not even scripting this shit right now. I'm just straight up speaking whatever's on my mind. Also, number two, because imagine the hate that something like Red Dead Redemption 2, a game that is absolutely fucking praised for being the peak of gaming, did some stupid shit like this. I understand things like multiplayer games have a different purpose and aren't trying to be exactly what Red Dead Redemption 2 is, but I'm just trying to say if you have an established aesthetic and then you just throw it out the window because you want to go use the argument, it's a game, shut the fuck up. Now, let's talk a bit more about the art style. TF2 has always had contextual moments of it being kind of wacky, kind of crazy, like that one spy hat. You might be saying, oh, but Snoye, what about Halloween? Halloween isn't meant to be taken seriously. I kind of view that as more of just something that just you kind of have to accept if you want to get kind of kooky, crazy, quirky with all that Halloween shit, so it's kind of a seasonal thing, like whatever. Another thing that doesn't also help with this is sort of how the comics have portrayed a lot of the mercenaries and just how a lot of it is not taken very seriously, for the most part at least. And overall, it doesn't help too that like even the community like portray Heavy as like being like this Buddhist like fat idiot, and then also like the soldier being this like also like ADHD quirky fucker. It just really like annoys me a lot of just how like the community really fetishizes this game for being just this hilarious monster tidal wave of just memes and jokes and funny and oh man, these guys are so weird. Everything in moderation is the phrase of the day. And before we go much further, let me tell you a hot take. A take so hot that you'll probably smell the heat coming out of your PS4. And you want to know what that is? I prefer Team Fortress Classics art style tenfold over Team Fortress 2's, even TF2's launch. These are some of the coolest fucking designs I've ever seen in a multiplayer game. I'm talking some G.I. Joe action figure shit. This goes so unbelievably hard, it actually makes me mad at what could have been Team Fortress 2's cast. Take a minute to look at some of these loadouts I have. It's fine if you don't like all of them, but I want to get the point across. I genuinely think that the hat system can work and it can look pretty good, assuming you're actually trying to do that. But I just wish this game didn't turn into the funny hat game. I really, really hate it. And I know this is where I'm going to catch the most flack, because this is one of Valve's biggest moneymakers, the biggest piggy bank that they have. And, oh my God. And I hate sounding like this, man. I hate sounding like a boomer. I hate sounding like an old head when it comes to this, because like I played this on the Xbox 360, right? I played pretty much the launch version of this game. It just really sucks. It really, really sucks. The biggest downfall that this game has had in terms of an artistic manner. The final thing I want to talk about for this section, and I know everyone knows this, they don't need me to go fucking bitch and moan about it, but I still want to do it anyway, is just how some of the weapons too even just fuck with the art style. Like the stuff that has to do with the Righteous Bison, the Man Melter, that kind of shit. We have the stuff like the Deus Ex weapons, like the Widowmaker and the Diamondback. And then on top of that, they have like the space shit, and it's like, you know, like at what point is enough? At what point do you just sit here and just stop, just accept it, just let the waves take you in? And that's kind of how I feel about TF2's art style nowadays. I know a lot of people are going to go kind of get mad at me. Well, sort of. There's going to be one side that I already know is going to be in agreement, but there's also going to be another side that's just going to sit there and be like, blah, 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 who cares? To those of you who don't care, you're welcome to have your opinion, just as I'm welcome to have mine, but I hope you understand what you're doing to a lot of video games. Dude, this is sick. This is like one of those haunted houses you see at the fucking carnival.
Ew, this place is a pigsty.
Holy shit, a bird! I'm naming you Penny.
How is anything gonna live here, Zuki, if we didn't even know it was here in the first place? There's no food.
I don't care if he's dead. Can we keep him?
My head.
Marissa, are you okay? Look, if you're upset about that bird, I mean, me too, but you don't see me pissing about it.
No, it's not that. I feel like I'm glitching.
Marissa, dude, please, don't leave me in the scary-ass place by myself, bro. Fucking fine. I guess I'll just look at whatever's on the fucking wall over here. Let's see. Nekopara Volume 1, Volume 2, that's Kino. Volume 3, one of those Where's Waldo books. I Spy. Okay, that's peak as fuck.
Hey, Azuki.
Marissa, don't do that shit again. I was sitting here and I was reading Goosebumps.
Hey, Azuki. Hey, Azuki.
That is the scariest fucking thing I've seen in my life. Oh, my back, what the fuck? Dude, so stop. Like, stop. Ow. What the, ow. Alright, now maybe I'm just being the retard here, but I can't really tell if this comment is trying to be like a ooh, gotcha, ooh, smack at the face, or if he's actually legit trying to go sit here and tell me that something like the Wrangler is fair and balanced. I view a lot of TF2's balancing a lot like the original Modern Warfare 2. That being sort of like a, oh, everyone can be kind of broken in their own way, or everyone can be kind of good, and it's all just a clusterfuck. In my original video, I discussed a lot of vitriolic hatred towards the competitive community. And to be honest, while I did have some pretty good reasons, I would say that they aren't entirely for the blame when it comes to balancing. Yes, a lot of people like to talk about Meet Your Match and maybe other updates along with it. I like to think a lot of people don't really understand how to balance TF2. Valve doesn't know how to balance it. I think competitive players don't know how to balance it. That one fucking rebalance mod, and I think there was another one that came out a little bit before it that also didn't do as well as that. All of them do not know how to balance. I think even the YouTubers don't even really know how to balance. Let's push that away for a moment. Let me get one thing clear. TF2, as a lot of people like to put, is this funny, crazy game. And on top of that, they like to go bring up the kookiness and wackiness in the gameplay. That being shit like random bullet spread, random crits. It could also have to do with things like taunts that literally fart on you and kill you. There is a lot to this game that makes it crazy, kooky, whatever buzzword you want to go use here. I believe that this game is at its peak when it's this giant mess, when it's all these different classes with all these weapons, with all these interactions, just going at it and going crazy on the map. That is how I see Team Fortress 2. So let me do a very quick sort of idea here. Let me spit a little bit of my mind of some ideas I like to have for some balancing. I'm not going to go over every single gun. I'm going to go name just a few, and let me save some time here and cut right to the weapons that should just straight up be reverted, okay? I'm going to go real quick with this. Every single weapon I am displaying on screen should be reverted immediately, way before Jungle Inferno and way before something like Meet Your Match. It even includes the reserve shooter. The reserve shooter, yes, it was a little broken, and I do agree it might need a bit more of a nerf, but we can work on that some other time if I ever decide to make a video. When it comes to something like the Sydney Sleeper, I think this was back in Jungle Inferno when you headshot someone and then it would do like a radius of a piss with the enemies around them. I think it should go back to that, but just make the radius a bit tighter and then just make it to where it doesn't even like do any kind of crit on a headshot. Remember, I'm trying to look at a casual match being chaotic here. So remember, not going to go over every one of them, but we're going to make this quick, and I've only really thought about these for like at most 2 minutes, but I got some ideas. Alright, sharpened volcano fragment. I tried to go think of a way to go make this sort of like a combo weapon, but we already have the extinguisher for that, which also should be reverted. But I was thinking of, you know what, how about we just have it sort of be kind of like a cleaver, like what the scout has, but instead of it causing bleeding, that's sort of like a boomerang. He tosses it, it hits the enemy, and then it comes back, so it can be kind of like also a combo weapon for his secondary instead of his melee. Okay, candy cane idea. This one's also going to be a little iffy, but every time you get a med kit or some kind of pickup like ammo, if you're Gerardied, milk, gassed, something like that, then by getting one of those pickups, then you'll be cleansed of that effect. In turn, I think it should have something to do with maybe a lower overheal, or on top of that, maybe it might have something to do with like a minus something in reserve ammo, something kind of like that. All right, buff banner isn't necessarily a problem, but I think it should get a little bit of love because the battalion's backup and the conch both have some kind of buff auto applied to your character. So I think with the buff banner, then you should get maybe like a plus 30 to your overheal. That might do something and have it be chosen more. Every time I'm in casual, I always just see the battalions and or the conch, but I hardly ever see the buff banner. And the only time I do, it's only in MVM. All right, pain train. So I have a very experimental idea here. I think you should give this to the heavy because, I mean, think about it. The heavy is always going to be the one on point. He's always going to be the one to push the cart. He's always going to be doing whatever the fuck it is, unless it has something to do with capture the flag. I think putting this on him may show some more use, but on top of that, I think bullet damage vulnerability is a little too harsh. I have a very also experimental idea for this. So what'll happen is if you equip this, then if you have a secondary that has something to do with recharging, so in this case, a backpack, a lunchbox item, or even a a shield, then while you are on that point pushing the cart, or I guess if we really have to go include something like capture the flag, then have a flag on you. During that time, those items cannot get recharged even if they have something to do with damage. That might do something and have kind of like a, okay, I gotta go stick close to the point kind of thing, or like stay with the team mentality. All right, the scorch shot. The only thing I want to be removed is when it hits the ground and it sets that radius on fire. I think that's really obnoxious, and just remove that. Other than that, it should be fine. The buffalo steak sandwich, just get rid of the 20% damage vulnerability when it's active. Playing melee as heavy is like you're pretty much just shooting yourself in the foot and just crawling on the all fours, just asking to be spanked by the enemy team. Warrior Spirit, get rid of that 30% damage vulnerability as well, and just do like a slower swing speed, or just be like, can't get crits, only like mini crits, or no random crits, just some shit like that, man. Just don't, that's so fucking detrimental. All right, overdose. I am very, very skeptical on this, but I am willing to try it. Instead of having it be when you take out the overdose, just have the movement increase just be universal. I don't think this is going to be too crazy. All right, so now let's talk a little bit about the matchmaking reworks. So number one, it's still pretty shit even though it was implemented years ago. So just fix that. Let me get into games faster, or let me tick a box to be like, okay, I want to join a game that's like close to ending or something like that for like more XP. It doesn't matter to me. Allow team switching, allow somehow do some sort of just ad hoc connection so I can just join my friend off of that. I want there to be votes to go change the map, or to change the game mode, or to restart, scramble teams, all that shit. Okay? All right, cool. I'm pretty sure everyone agrees with that. Here's the next idea. When the map vote comes up at the very end, I think that there should be another option. I don't know where to put it. Maybe the bottom, maybe next to the maps that are there that you can choose from, but it'll give you two, one on both sides of that three that you get for two different game modes. So let's say you're playing payload, okay, in the middle, boom, 3 payload, and then you see one on the right and it's CTF, and it's like, okay, here's a server that I can put you in immediately that is a CTF server. The one on the left can be something for the control point or something, just to go prevent the problem of people just straight up leaving, because we want to go keep playing this game. We want to go make sure that we are sitting down just going through it, you know what I mean? Now, I'm not saying that all these fixes and balances and stuff are going to be perfect, but at least I'd like to say that I'm trying to come up with some kind of idea here. But Snoye, how do we fix this mess? How do we repair this sinking ship that is Team Fortress 2? I'm glad none of you asked that, but I'm here to answer the question. I'm going to get real technical here, and I'm going to go try and make it as believable as possible. Now, what does believable mean? I mean something that I can honestly see the TF2 devs doing, or them hiring a very small team of freelancers, or whatever the fuck you want to call those people, the guy that did the 64-bit update. Here's how it's going to work, and it's going to go like this in this timeline. 2026. January, they were going to be posting a newsletter basically saying, hey, we're going to go do an update in the spring, sometime in March, and it's going to be called the Spring Cleaning Update. The first half and then the second half are going to be split both at the beginning of spring and at the end. And it goes something like this. The first update will be in March. It will have something along the lines of maybe a few new weapons, preferably for the heavy, just so people can shut up about the heavy update. There can be some things in regards to balance, and that can just be very minor things. It doesn't have to be huge, like a huge overhaul, but at the very least, maybe do a slight buff or other buff or something like that. Easy. The second update, and this is the part where a lot of people are to start pointing fingers at me and calling me names, in May of 2026, the second part of the update, the first thing they will do immediately is not only to remove maps, but game modes. Now hear me out. They're going to go remove all the way down here at the alternative game modes, the MISC, the manpower, and pastime. Nobody plays them, and if they do, it's only one specific map in the MISC section. I'm not saying remove from the game, I'm just saying remove from this menu. No one plays it, and there's no point. It's just taking up space. They will immediately put payload race up to where the other game modes are, and that will be it. The immediate 6 game modes of TF2. At this same time, they will also get rid of the competitive tab. Again, Nobody uses it, and it just takes up space. During this same time, they will also add a badge section for your badge on your character. Yeah, you know, obvious. They will also implement as many community fixes as possible. Don't know exactly which ones to recommend. I don't really care, quite frankly. This has been added, and it hasn't been used as far as I can see. All right, everyone's still with me? Good, I hope so. Here is going to be the current reworks for the already 3 existing updates that we have. Sometime in late July, maybe early August, is going to be the summer update. From here on out, Smissmiss, Scream Fortress, and the summer update, whatever other update that they ever maybe plan on adding at some fucking point. Yes, they will still add maps in the hot section, you know, that featured section bit, you know, where they show the 4 of them. They can still have them there, but there will be none of them added from here on out. And, or if people don't like that idea, I have the other idea of somewhere up at the top next to where the newsletter is on the main menu, then there can be a voting section where you can choose 1 out of the 4 or however many maps you can vote for to be added in the roster for whatever season that is. Something like that. I don't know, still kind of half and half on this. From here on out as well, in the summer update, they will also still have war paints, same with Smissmiss and Scream Fortress. However, every time there is a summer update from here on out, that will be the considered big, very fat quotation marks, update. Now, when I'm talking about major update, it's not necessarily a major update, still going to be on the same size as every other update. Difference here is that the summer update, at least guaranteed, will touch a handful, I'm going to say max 5, bare minimum 3. Weapons for a balance change, a buff, a slight nerf, something like that. So we can always guaranteed at least have something to go be thrown in the mix. On top of that, a couple other suggestions is that since Valve is willing to go show and advertise a lot of these MVM operations, I would hope that at least at some point that the entire major update itself doesn't need hats, doesn't need anything like that they could just add one of those major events, operations, whatever the fuck they're called, into the game. I doubt that one's gonna happen, but I mean, hey, that could be the major update there. I kind of wish they would do that. All right. Final rework, and that'll be for Scream Fortress. If you know the item, the Eternoween enchantment thing, I believe that those still should be dropped. Same with spells. Please fucking bring back spells. And what they should do is that when you activate them, not only should it be extended past the current map you're playing, like I would say just for that server itself, it should be extended for, I'm going to say something along the lines of 3 hours, maybe an hour to 3, something like that. And when it is active, not only can you wear hats, but the next vote will add 1 or maybe 2 or maybe even all 3. I don't know how this is going to work, but 1 to 3 options of Halloween maps that you can vote for, and you can play it for that time that the Eternoween is there. I believe that there should be a winter version. I think that would be pretty cool, and I mean, you know, hey, then we can do the same thing with the Christmas maps. Now, maybe with all these additions and sort of reworks that I added, you know what, maybe this isn't believable, but to be fair, this entire fix from the beginning wasn't believable either, so, you know, I'm just trying to go still kick on this pipe dream that I want oh so bad. I do honestly think that if these things were to happen, we would probably have a bit of a better time, but at the same time, I don't even know. I'm not a dev. I'm just some guy that sits in his room, occasionally jerks off and watch anime. So these are my honest takes, my honest, maybe possible for the better changes, but take it with a grain of salt. Dude, my back, what the fuck? Dude, so stop, like stop, ow, what the, ow. I got a Fortnite crawl. Oh, dude, this fucking hurts. Huh?
Hazuki, there's no food. Hazuki.
Man! So please don't come any closer, dude. Please, move over. Let me shoot him. Huh? Marissa, I'm sorry, but I need you to look deep inside your heart and remember me. It's me, your friend, Azuki G. Snoye. I'm telling you that you can overcome this beast with my love. Cute.
My heart?
Man!
That's right! I'm stronger than this! Azuki, catch!
Man! Pocket gun for plot convenience.
Oh, thank God, Hazuki. I was so worried that I might. We won, we beat the mem. We won, we beat the mem.
Gentlemen, all of you are coming with me! Take them to the brig.